Welcome back to episode 5 of my MFL journey. Today we are talking season 1. We're halfway through. I want to kind of give a little bit of time to take everything in because I'm honestly still learning the game and getting into the ins and outs of the game. So what better to do than wait a little bit, take everything in, and hit the halfway point in the season. So before we get started today, there is a pack drop tomorrow or today, actually, if you're watching it. This video will be releasing on Wednesday when the pack drop is. If you're interested in this pack drop and getting started, yes, you can't get into season 1 right now or at the halfway point, but these seasons take about 6 weeks. So you're looking in, let's say 3-week time or a little bit more for season 2 to start. And then you can get jumped into your journey and, use this time to slowly build up players. So with the pack drop, you will see that it goes really quickly. I did my first pack drop. I did my results on that. And if you're a new user, you get these club packs and starter packs that you can pick from as well. If you're interested in that, you just go to the store here and you can see here these flash sales. You have to be on it at the time that it's happening. So this is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do the conversion for whatever time that would be for you. And this video should be releasing and you should be watching it the day of this to happen. So that's kind of the start. Just in case you're interested in that, it's a good way to pick up a player. You are allowed 3 transfers, so you can transfer in a few players. I believe I am going to look at maybe a standard pack. Who knows? What happened? Okay, let's start with Windy City. Run the table, okay? So let's keep this in mind. I definitely overspent on getting some players in as my top team, and I didn't have to be as good as I am in this division. With that being said, I've had some close matches. I've had some blowouts, a little bit of everything. We are sitting at a 33 goal differential, 39 goals, 6 against. What I kind of did with this squad is my backups are solid enough that I can literally play a second team, like a backup team, and I've been able to rotate a little bit. So if you look at the results, obviously they've been good, and I was able to, in the Challengers Cup here, go 4-1-1. I had some trouble, and with the cup matches, they actually group you with overalls, so it makes it very difficult, and I was actually able to play like my best squad. I did top the group. Barcelona smoked me, and then the last match they rotated because pretty much all set in stone. But I'm looking forward to it. So there's a decent prize pool here, round of 16. For making it, you get 7,000 MFL coins. So that'll be good to add to the kitty. And the winner does take home 24,000. So that's a nice little boost. And you'll see kind of based on what tier you're in, what level you're in, the prize pool will go. So this is obviously the best prize pool that I'm in. And we'll kind of see how far we can go. We'll take a little bit of luck, but we're going to start off here December 1st at 12:55. This one, these matches will be. So that's kind of Windy City. My second squad, Giza Pharaohs, are second and significantly behind, 6 points behind MFC Brando. That one loss was to me. So I was able to beat them. I think it was the first match. That team is a lot better than mine is. I was very lucky. I didn't win XG or anything like that. So a little bit of luck there, but we're holding our own. The losses that we had was a horrendous stretch where we lost 3 in a row. And no offense to the clubs, they weren't the best teams in the league by any means. We started off losing to Granada, and this was in with the Rivals Cup. So I was rotating and maybe taking things for granted. I was trying to get after the Rivals Cup, and I sacrificed. But we were able to get through the Rivals Cup and into the round of 16 as well in this one. But Granada, 8th place, trust the process. Last in the league, they've 1 win. They beat me 5-4. Crazy. And then Atletico Quick, who's in 5th. So all 3 teams beat me in 3 consecutive matches. And that's kind of the difference in the story in this table. Coming into it, just based on some of these teams, I wasn't expecting to win the league. So I'm happy to be in second place and hopefully fight for promotion. Not that, I'm too worried about promotion. I think this team can do well in the Ice League, maybe take one more season in the Ice Division before bumping up, where Windy City, I want to get them into the next level and competing as far up as they can possibly go. My last, we'll actually show the round of 16 before. We went 4-0-2, which is good enough to get into the round of 16. But just to kind of show you this, prize pool's significantly different. 6,500 for the winner, and it does go by overall. So we were runner-up. This Dragonis beat us twice. Very good squad, that's for sure. But yeah, round of 16, we are moving on. But as you can see there, I made more in the just qualifying for the round of 16 than I would winning this. So it is kind of important to get those higher overalls. And that's why I kind of went through the cup and tried to actually, get that team forward and rotate elsewhere. Okay. Then the last squad, Salta. This is a team that is young, and I'm just looking to progress. I'm just looking at progression. I don't really want to get promoted. I want to have an ice team down here so that they can kind of get better, obviously, but be where they belong. If you look at the top of the league here, Royal Dortmund beat me 5-1. They are a much better side. Meta Bologna, much better side. I did beat this team that's in second, and I did not deserve to. I lost XG. It was just one of those luck. I lost to Oregon as well. So I've lost to several teams up here. But I think I belong in the top half. But as you can see here, I'm just kind of rotating through, getting guys experience. And in the cup, I lost the first 2 matches, so I completely threw it out. As you can see here, 1-5. Did not care about it at all. That's kind of my mentality. The prize pool wasn't worth really caring about too much. I'd rather get, top 6 in the league or what you might be. So that's how the teams are doing. So that's one aspect of it. I think the Kohler aspect, or what I would actually I care about most, obviously the MFL cash to bring in new players is great. But if you go to my HQ, I like to see it as I have multiple clubs, and I like to see it on a whole. So they've been doing things that are crazy behind the scenes, but this progression is everything. As you can see here, you can sort by all, last 30 days, last 24 hours. So they've done everything. None of this was here 2 weeks ago. So very impressive that they're kind of advancing as we're advancing. So let's see these are all of my players, different clubs you can see there. And you can kind of keep track of who's doing what. So let's sort by overall. I did have 1 + 3, and that is Daniel Wilkins. I believe it's Daniel. Yeah, Daniel Wilkins with the cornrows. 72. If you're kind of new to the scarcities, everything like that. So the green scarcity goes up to 74, and it's really hard to get to 74 and then boost up to a 75. Okay. I say it's really hard. It's not, impossible. As you can see here, this player here, Attila Salazali, sure. You can see he went up, recent progression +1. He was a green 74, and he bumped up 1 and was able to jump up scarcity. So now that I have this, I have a rare card now instead of an uncommon, which is really cool that progression, your players get better. So obviously the youth players are kind of where you want to be at. I haven't had any off the charts. Like some people have had some crazy progression, but this is halfway through the season. Wilkins, he'll slow his progression as he gets up there, but you love to see every aspect of his game getting up. So you can find diamonds in the rough for sure, which is kind of fun. And you can kind of see where their peak is going to be. Freitag, he was one of my better players already. He went up to. Gerritsen is probably my best card. 19-year-old 77 striker. You can play right wing as well, but 85 pace, 83 dribbling, 78 shooting, and it went up to. If that can get in the 80s as well, this guy, I believe I'll be able to flip him if I want to sell him for more than I paid for him for sure. Then you have just some other guys like a 25-year-old who bumped up 2. This Rios guy out of nowhere kind of bumped up 2. And then other than that, it was a lot of +1s. Some of the guys, a lot of things go into this. So some of the guys are playing on Windy City in a, form is great, but they're playing against, competition that they shouldn't be playing against. You live and you learn, but that's why their progression hasn't been as good. As you can see, the Windy City team, not everybody's progressing. Plus I have several 74s. As you can see, these 20-year-olds, they don't have a single stat improved because it's so hard to get from 74 to a 75, because then they bump up to that rare threshold. Same thing down here. If you look at the same thing, 64 to bump up to that 65 to get into the uncommon from the common, it's tricky. So you can kind of see I have all these clubs, all these players, and if you don't have a team for them, or they don't kind of go to the developmental center, they don't get any progression at all. So they get older, they don't progress at all. These two cards are horrendous. So I don't really care about them, but it is important to either loan out these players so that they can get a little experience. You never know. Like this 18-year-old, he went up 1. If one of these guys goes up 7, in a season, or maybe 2 seasons, they have this crazy growth. It's not out of the ordinary because just based on some other players that people posted, I mean, it's crazy. You can have these superstar growth traits and you don't know until you kind of see what they're doing. So that's a crazy aspect of the game that I'm loving. Like every day I watch the games back and I click this last 24 hours. And as you can see here, ecstatic that he went from an uncommon to a rare, because while you can't really earn money per se in this game, it's a lot of just, okay, you can earn MFL to buy cards. This card going from an uncommon to a rare instantly brought that floor price up. So that's kind of where you can do. I have another right back. I have several right backs. Wilkins is doing well as well. It's well. Parmentier, however, 18-year-old 71. So I have these other guys. If I wanted to move him on, I could definitely move him for a profit. I mean, don't want to say definite, but I could probably do him for a profit. I can't remember. Oh, no, I won this card. This was one of either a pack reward or something like that. So, free card. I'll probably list them and try and earn a little bit of money back as I go. And the same thing with clubs. My Windy City club, I want to get promotion. I want to keep boosting up, earn as much MFL as I can. But, you don't want to say this is over, but in theory, we've played everybody. We've beaten everybody. There's a significant advantage to the overall and the fact that I can play the bottom half of the league with my second squad and still win. That's what I've been doing. We'll see how far we get in the cup, and then we'll just focus on, playing guys and kind of going down the way. So competitions, if you're not in and you kind of want to see what's going on, you obviously want to play in the better competitions because the prize pools are bigger. Diamond League is only 12. If you're on Quinny's channel, he and Calvinator, I believe, run a team, and it's really cool. They're in that Diamond League, and I've been followed along with them. But you can kind of see Platinum, the big prize pools, and the prize pools are split up amongst only 22 people, under 12 people. So you can buy legendary players with that, and then you can sell the legendary players if that's kind of what you do. It's kind of crazy. So I'm in the ice division for all 3. Next season, Windy City should be in stone. And then ideally, I would like to be able to hopefully progress again. I honestly think my Windy City team, based on who I'm with in the cup, can play bronze right now. So I don't know if I'll buy a new club maybe and just take over a bronze team, or, just keep working up the ladder. You do earn MFL for doing that, but I feel like I could earn more MFL as long as I wouldn't get relegated for that club. But those are all decisions to make in the second half of the season. So what do we do now? That's a great question. Coming into this, we have the player drop. You can make 3 additions to your team, 3 changes to your team if you'd like to do so. You can look on the market for players. And that's kind of where I would probably start. The market's probably where you're going to get them. And one little key that is kind of important, because you won't have the player, go to contract, get a free agent, because if they're under contract, they're on that team. So you won't get them to the next season if they have a 1-year, contract. So I always click that free agent and then kind of search for that. So that's where I'm at in my MFL journey. Comment below. How are you doing? How's your teams doing? How's your clubs doing? Are you having fun? Yeah, I am ecstatic. This is a game to me. This is completely a game. This isn't financial advice whatsoever. This is fun. I'm enjoying it. The grind of setting your lineups, tweaking some things. Do we want to play wider against this team? Do we want to change the formation? Like all these football manager-esque things. When we don't have a new football manager game, this has filled that void for me. So I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you like this series. I know there's not a ton of views, but I'm enjoying creating this series. And the next episode will be at the end of season 1. So hopefully Windy City pulls it off and doesn't have a absolute letdown. And hopefully we're celebrating with some MFL coins, maybe even some pack openings with those MFLs. So hopefully we see you guys on the next episode, and hopefully you guys have a great end to your season. See you next time.